Okay, thank you. Can I move to the issues surrounding Armenia and Azerbaijan, please, and in particular the Lakin corridor. Apologies if I don't have the pronunciation right.
Lachen corridor.
Lachen, thank you. What is the Australian government's understanding of the blockade in the Lachen corridor?
Senator, I can tell you that the Australian government's been concerned more broadly about the long-standing conflict in the Nagorno-Karabakh region. We're monitoring the situation around the Lachen corridor. We've supported the position of the UN Secretary General and his call on both sides to de-escalate tensions and ensure freedom and security of movement along the corridor, in line with the previously reached agreements, the trilateral agreements involving Azerbaijan, Armenia and Russia.
Thank you. What are the consequences that Australia understands in terms of current blockade or otherwise in the Lachen corridor, particularly noting Amnesty International's raised concerns about it potentially cutting gas supplies to potentially 120,000 people during winter?
Thank you, Senator. I'm probably not in a position to give detailed commentary around the consequences, but it is something we are concerned about, the potential humanitarian consequences, the humanitarian impact of the restrictions of transportation of essential supplies to the Nagorno-Karabakh region, and that's why we've expressed the concerns that we have, including directly to the government of Azerbaijan, Senator.
You have preempted my next question there, Mr. Cannon. So the government has made some representations to the government of Azerbaijan about the blockade?
Yes, we have, Senator. We've made direct representations through Australia's embassy in Ankara, which has non-resident accreditation to Azerbaijan.
Thank you. And has there been any response to those representations?
The representations were made towards the end of January. I do know that they occurred, and we obviously provided inputs to the ambassador in doing so. I haven't yet got a detailed report. As you would appreciate, our embassy in Ankara at the moment has had some other preoccupations, but certainly I am aware that those representations have taken place.
And what have those representations asked for or called for?
What those representations did were to outline our concern, as I mentioned, about the potential humanitarian impact of the restrictions of the transportation of essential supplies to Nagorno-Karabakh region, to note the UN Security Council's discussion on the issue, which took place, I believe, on the 20th of December, and outline our support for the position of the UN Secretary General that both sides should de-escalate tensions and ensure freedom and security of movement along the corridor, in line with previously reached agreements.
Thank you. Countries such as France, Canada, the United States have made public statements calling on the government of Azerbaijan to restore free movement through the corridor. Has Australia issued any such public statements?
Senator, in relation to the specific issue of the Lachen corridor, no, we haven't made a public statement. We made the judgment that direct representations to the relevant governments was an appropriate way to go. Having said that, the Australian government, through our ambassadors, our non-resident ambassadors to both countries in question, have made social media statements in the past that related to violence along the border back in September. So it's not always the case that we'll make a public statement. In this case, we chose direct representations to the governments concerned. I would note that, that France, EU, Russia and the United States are some of the countries that are involved in working with both countries to find a pathway towards a peaceful resolution of their conflict.
Thank you. Is there any particular explanation you can provide as to why Australia has not joined others in making a public statement on this occasion?
I think he may have been distracted, but I think Mr. Cannon explained it in his previous answer.
Absolutely.
But look, I'm happy to have a look at that, get advice on it.
Okay. Thank you, Minister. Has Australia considered any other actions, including in partnership with other nations, such as the provision of any humanitarian assistance to those in the affected region or the like?
That's not something we've given consideration to in recent times that I'm aware of, Senator.
Have we received any requests to do so?
Not that I am aware of. I will make sure that I check with colleagues to make sure I'm being completely accurate, but I'm not aware of requests for humanitarian support.
Okay, thank you. Chair, you want me to keep going? So, yep. Okay, all good. Last estimates, and then in some questions on notice, we pursued status in relation to some of the formerly locally engaged employees from Afghanistan.